Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Meenakshi Sant with the news at 9. The headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah accuses the opposition of deliberately misleading people on Citizenship Amendment Act. Election Commission reviews poll preparations for upcoming Delhi Assembly elections. BJP to launch a campaign in every district on work done by the Centre for Farmers. Typhoon Phanfone hits hard the center of Philippines, killing 20 people. Fog and cold disrupt normal life across North India. Sporting action returns to Kashmir Valley after 4 months. Real Kashmir defeat defending champion Chennai City 2-1 in Football I-League. Home Minister Amit Shah has accused the opposition parties of misleading people on Citizenship Amendment Act. He held the Congress responsible for the recent disturbances in Delhi and said it is time for the people of Delhi to punish the Congress. Mr. Shah was speaking after laying down the foundation stone for development of an East Delhi hub at Karkarduma.
Citizenship Amendment Bill पर
discussions were held on Citizenship Amendment Act in the Parliament and other platforms. No one said a word. Once they came out of Parliament, they started misleading the people. The Congress party is responsible for the disturbances in Delhi and it is time for the people of Delhi to punish it.
दिल्ली की जनता ने दंड देना।
Mr. Shah said Prime Minister Narendra Modi had started a new work culture in the country. The Home Minister said the Prime Minister removed the hurdle of 13 legal procedures and gave ownership to 40 lakh people living in unauthorized colonies in Delhi. Mr. Shah said after the Sikh riots, there was Congress government for many years, but no inquiry was done. He said the NDA government set up an SIT and today the convicts are behind bars. Mr. Shah said the concept of removed slums with houses was first started by this government at the centre. He said a long cycle track is also being planned in Delhi and work to beautify banks of Yamuna River is on. BJP today accused the Congress for spreading lies on National Register of Citizens NRC. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, party spokesperson Sambit Patra said it is Congress which had opened 3 detention centres in Assam. He said UPA government in 2012 had asked the then Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi-led Assam government to set up detention centres.
The government of Assam has set up 3 detention camps at Golpara, Kokrajhar and Silchar to keep the declared foreigners or illegal migrants till deportation to their place of origin. A total of 362 declared foreigners or illegal migrants have been sent to these detention camps till November 2011.
Mr. Patra said the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said that there was no such detention camp in which Muslims will be praised after NRC and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is spreading misinformation on it. The Delhi police today opposed in a court the bail pleas of 9 accused arrested in connection with a violent protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act in Daryaganj area. The counsel for the arrested claimed that the police had detained many people but decided to arrest only 15 who have no prior antecedents. Additional Sessions Judge Satish Kumar reserved its order on the bail applications of the 9 persons and said the decision would be pronounced on December the 28th. The court would also hear on the same day the arguments on the bail plea of 6 other persons arrested in the case. Meanwhile, another trial court is scheduled to hear tomorrow bail plea of various accused who were arrested in connection with similar protests at Selampur in northeast Delhi. West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Chief Mamata Banerjee has criticized the BJP-ruled states for assaulting the students' community protesting against the CAA. Addressing a public rally in Kolkata this afternoon, Ms. Banerjee criticized the Uttar Pradesh government for the death of a number of people over the issue. Earlier, Ms. Banerjee led a padyatra in Kolkata opposing the NRC and CAA. The state BJP president and MP Dilip Ghosh has opposed the statement of the chief minister. Mr. Ghosh alleged that Ms. Banerjee is trying to confuse the people on the issue. In Madhya Pradesh, common people are now coming in support of the Citizenship Amendment Act. A rally was held in Bhopal today in support of the law. The Citizenship Amendment Act has created a lot of buzz in the media space and in public domain. Attempts are being made to spread falsehood, misinformation and rumours over the appended act. In the second part of our CAA Explainer series, we highlight the intent behind the CAA.
Victims of religious persecution have been living as refugees in India for years. They didn't even get basic facilities to live a normal life because they are refugees and not the citizens of India. The amended act grants citizenship to Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jain and Parsis from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh who are living in India before 31st December 2014. The government has said that the amendment in the Citizenship Act has been made in accordance with the views expressed by the leaders of all political parties in the Constituent Assembly and the sessions of 1st Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The amendment is in consonance with the views expressed by the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohiya and former Prime Ministers Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi and Dr. Manmohan Singh. They had said that the safety and protecting the human rights of the minority communities of neighbouring countries are the responsibilities of India. Saubhagyakar, Air News, Delhi.
Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora, along with two other election commissioners, Ashok Lavasa and Sushil Chandra, today reviewed poll preparedness for Delhi Assembly elections at the Election Commission headquarters in New Delhi. District election officers, DCPs, joint CPs, Chairman NDMC, MCD Commissioner and CEO of Delhi Cantonment Board and nodal officers of various enforcement agencies attended the meeting. The Commission also held a separate meeting with the Chief Secretary and Police Commissioner of Delhi. During the meeting, Chief Election Commissioner called upon election officials to conduct a flawless election in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. The Commission directed all the DEOs and DCPs to ensure immediate assessment of vulnerable areas so as to prevent any intimidation. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The BJP will run a campaign in every district to apprise farmers about the work done by the Centre for their welfare. Briefing media in New Delhi, BJP Kisan Morcha President Virendra Singh Mast said there is a lot of anger among the farmers residing in the villages against the opposition and those who are creating confusion over the Citizenship Amendment Act. He said the party will expose the rumours being spread on the Citizenship Amendment Act. Mr. Mast said for schemes like PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, BJP never said these are only for people of any particular religion and everyone is getting the benefits of the scheme. Moving on now to our special segment, Year-Ender 2019. Several initiatives were taken by the Ministry of Steel this year to support a competitive, efficient, environmentally friendly steel industry. Steel will have a crucial role to play in India's rise to a $5 trillion economy. Government's visions to achieve a $5 trillion economy by 2024 entails investments worth 100 lakh crore rupees in infrastructure sectors, including several steel-intensive sectors like housing for all, 100% electrification and piped water for all. A report.
Steel Ministry has defined its vision in order to shape and drive the Indian steel sector. Meeting the anticipated demand of 160 million tons of steel while adhering to global safety and quality standards is part of this vision. The National Steel Policy was approved by the Ministry in 2017 to ensure that steel sector is prepared to service the growing requirements of modern India. Government is pushing for increase in steel usage intensity to boost demand generation, improvement in trade balance for the steel sector, increasing raw material production, and promoting safety and workforce welfare. Steel industry in India is well established and has shown a steady growth. The demand for finished steel has consistently grown at 6.4% over the past 5 years. With Anupam Mishra, this is Suparna Sekia with a year-ender for AIR News, Delhi.
India and Japan have decided to strengthen their maritime cooperation. During the 5th round of dialogue on maritime affairs held in Tokyo, both sides reiterated the importance of dialogue as an important mechanism for consultations on issues of mutual interest in maritime affairs. The Indian delegation was led by Indramani Pandey, Additional Secretary, Disarmament and International Security Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs. The Japanese delegation was led by Ambassador Yamanaka A. Osamu, Deputy Assistant Minister, Deputy Director General in Foreign Policy Bureau. Both sides have agreed to hold the next round of the dialogue on a mutually convenient date in India. In Philippines, a strong Typhoon Phanfone has killed at least 20 people, leaving a trail of devastation throughout the center of the country. The storm battered several islands with gusts of winds destroying homes and power lines and spoiled Christmas celebrations in the predominantly Catholic country. It forced thousands to flee their homes and many people are still missing. Thousands were left stranded as they tried to make their way home for Christmas. India's permanent representative to the UN, Syed Akbaruddin, has said that 2019 was a year of many successes for India at the UN, be it its fight against terrorism, climate change, or its effort for sustainable development. Talking to a news agency, Mr. Akbaruddin said, year 2019 saw Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar listed as a global terrorist by the UN Security Council following India's persistent efforts. Mr. Akbaruddin said that for the first time, the 15-nation Security Council condemned in the strongest term the heinous and cowardly Pulwama attack on the CRPF convoy. Fog and cold disrupted normal life across North India. In Madhya Pradesh, most parts of the state continue to reel under cold wave conditions. Dense fog observed in many cities, including Gwalior, Morena and Chhatarpur. Rain was also reported in several parts of the state. More from our correspondent.
Most parts of the state are getting severe cold. At the same time, road and rail transport has also been affected due to the dense fog and mist. Most trains running between Bhopal and Delhi are arriving late by several hours. The lowest 5.2 degrees Celsius temperature was recorded in Gwalior and Datia. Bhopal also recorded a minimum temperature of 11 degrees. According to the Met Department, there is a possibility of cold wave tomorrow in Gwalior, Chambal, Sagar, Rewa, Bhopal and Ujjain divisions with dense fog. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Bihar, cold wave is peaking many parts of the state. Severe cold was observed in Muzaffarpur, Bhagalpur and Purnia district. Sabur in Bhagalpur district was the coldest place in the state today, where minimum temperature recorded was 7.5 degrees Celsius. In football, Real Kashmir today scored their first victory of the ongoing I-League season, defeating defending champions Chennai City 2-1 as sporting action returned to the valley after 4 months. Danish Farooq and Bazi Arman struck for the winners, while Syed Suhail Pasha was the lone scorer for the visitors. Commenting on his team's victory, Real Kashmir co-founder Sandeep Chattu said the team ensured that every Kashmiri returned smiling back home. A report.
The match was the first sports event in the valley after the centre withdrew special status of Jammu and Kashmir and bifurcated it into 2 union territories. The love of Kashmiris for football was seen at its peak as the entire stadium was packed as close to 6,000 fans turned to see their team in action. The win takes Real Kashmir to 7th place in the standings with 5 points, while the defending champions dropped to the 8th place. Local lad Farooq was adjudged to be the hero of the match. Tanvi Taneja, Sports Desk.
Ministry of Women and Child Development has invited applications for Nari Shakti Puraskar for the year 2019. The national award is given annually to individuals, groups, institutions in recognition of their exceptional work towards the cause of women empowerment, especially for vulnerable and marginalized women. Details of eligibility criteria and guidelines are available on the portal www.narishakti.wcd.gov.in. The last date for submission of applications is the 7th of January. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Home Minister Amit Shah accuses the opposition of deliberately misleading people on Citizenship Amendment Act. Election Commission reviews poll preparations for upcoming Delhi Assembly elections. BJP to launch a campaign in every district on work done by the Centre for Farmers. Typhoon Phanfone hits hard the center of Philippines, killing 20 people. Fog and cold disrupt normal life across North India. Sporting action returns to Kashmir Valley after 4 months. Real Kashmir defeat defending champion Chennai City 2-1 in Football I-League. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.